Hi, Aaron Worker with Hamptons today. I'm here at Sagaponack Farm Distillery today, giving you a little tour of their tasting room and where they do their distilling as well. So first we're going to show you a little bit about what's going on here in the tasting room, what it looks like. It's an amazing place to come visit. And then we're going to do an interview with the master distiller, Matt Beamer, and he's going to talk about what he's doing, what's coming up, what you can expect to taste in the future here, and what the offerings are going to be, and a little bit about his process of how he got to be who he is, and why he's here, and why he thinks Sagaponack is one of the best places to do what he's doing. He says it's the best produce in the world, best people. How much better could it be than that? I'm here at the Sagaponack Farms Distillery with Matt Beamer, the head distiller, one of the brain trusts that put this together. This is amazing. This is a family operation here, so you should really come and support it. They just opened up a tasting room next door, which I'll show you some highlights of that too, which is amazing. They have a patio. I think you guys are planning on doing some maybe live music during the summer and hosting events, and you know, it's just an amazing spot. But I had the pleasure a while back, before this opened up, of tasting some of Matt's distillery concoctions, and they were good. I mean, I like scotch and I like whiskey and I like really good sipping vodka, and the stuff that they're putting out here is amazing. So anyway, let's catch up a little bit with Matt. So Matt, when did you guys decide you were gonna put all this together?
Well, you know, it's a decades-long conversation, actually. So my wife, Stephanie, is Dean's cousin.
Ah, Dean Foster.
Yes.
So you know, this is a Foster Farms operation.
That's right.
So you got to support them too. Marilee's got an awesome farm stand, which everybody goes to all the time too. The best tomatoes ever and lots of other fresh produce. But go ahead, Foster's.
So anyways, he used to come out to Utah, where I was living, where we were both living at the time, in Park City. And he would come out and go snowboarding every year. And, you know, I was a brewer at the time, and I always kind of, he gave me some business for not doing something fun with his potatoes.
Yeah, there's a lot of potatoes.
Like, you got to ferment them, you got to distill them, you got to do something fun. You know, what are you doing selling them? You know, I was just kidding him for years and years.
Yeah.
And then finally, in 2012, the New York Ag Law Farm Bill changed that allowed for farm distilleries, farm breweries, farm wineries, farm cideries, to really make it possible to pull something like this.
So you didn't need a distributor with that law put in place, and you could do all your own kind of vertically integrated
That's
production,
right.
And that's why you have the tasting room, and
that's right.
Why you can sell.
And the commercial ones, they're not allowed to do that.
Wow, that's amazing. So you grow it, you ferment it, you distill it, and it's yours.
Yeah, we're essentially a state-grown distillery.
Wow, that's amazing.
You know, I mean, we've got a heritage farm here. Dean's the, sixth generation potato farmer.
Yeah, what did they heard, like 1800s, right? 1880s
yeah,
or something?
and of course, they settled the area back in the day, too, before then, so...
yeah, this family's got huge history in the area. Yeah. You have to look them up, the Fosters. Amazing family.
Yeah, so when that farm bill changed, Dean came out to go snowboarding, and we got together, and he just kind of talked about it. He's like, you know, I think it's time.
Okay.
So I was running a brewery. I had been there for 11 years, and I was kind of getting bored.
Wow. How'd you make the switch to spirits, though, from doing beer?
Well, it's not that difficult, because as you can see here, we're on this platform, and you can hear the noise in the background of the fermenters going on.
Yeah.
And essentially, brewing is the same with beer as it is the start of distilling. You have to mash it. You have to convert the starches into sugars. So I'm very well versed in all of that. With my brewing career, and you know, obviously there's different facets of fermentable things I'm using that are different, like potatoes and, you know, corn. And,
you do potato vodka.
We do potato vodka.
Potato whiskey too.
Yeah, well, it's technically not a whiskey, but I produce it like I would a whiskey.
Wow, it was amazing.
We can't call it a whiskey because it's not made from grains.
Yeah.
So if we were able to call it whiskey, it would be a potato whiskey.
So
the process is exactly the same.
Patiski.
Well, it's funny. Before I moved here, I spent some time at High West Distillery, who was just down the road from me at my brewery, and
great product.
I spent a week or so with them, just drilled away with questions because they have a similar system that they started out with that I have, and I ended up just shooting thoughts against the wall and said, you know what, I'm going to do something different. As a brewer, it's all about flavors, and I'm going to do something that I don't know if it's ever been done, but I'll try and make a whiskey, but it'll be out of potatoes, and it'll be barrel aged like a single malt.
And that's what you.
And
have
I'm going to call
there.
it single spud, and I just threw it out like
single spud.
on the fly.
It's really good too. I just bought a little bottle of that here. And I have sort of a daughter-in-law who's like a whiskey fanatic too. Yeah. She loved it.
Well,
she thought it was really good.
It's funny because the name kind of, it created the realm for it to be created, right? But the flavors kind of are holding that because it's got bourbon notes in it because it's barrel aged with a brandy charred barrel like a bourbon. But it's also got these like malty, single malt type flavors, and also like the briny, peaty thing could show up in certain different varieties. We got a blue potato one coming out in a few months, and we got a white potato one coming out.
So because of the size of the distillery, you're not mass producing. You're aging things, like you can see all the barrels back there, and they also have some other places on the farm here where they store barrels too.
That's right.
But you're bringing out batches and selling pretty local or really limited and a lot of direct stuff here because you want the freedom still to be able to kind of experiment and bring out different varieties and try different things?
No, well that's first and foremost for me as a distiller. I have a rare situation here that most everybody does not have. I have some of the best produce and stuff coming out of the ground in our farm than anywhere in the world. So I can hand pick the things I want. Dean's got to figure out how to grow it properly here. There's certain varieties do well in certain places, and we've taken years to kind of zone in on what we need. But at the same time, like I get to start it all from scratch and have it be crafted exactly how I want to do it.
That's great.
Now, with the brown stuff, the stuff aged in barrels, those barrels are going to be 3, 4, 5, 6 years before they get empty. So that's, there's only so much we can get started with. So we actually started out with some smaller 10 and 30 gallon barrels to kind of get things started, kind of get a hint for what's to come with the properly aged big ones. So it's a smaller volume in the beginning because they take less time, but they also, you can't leave them in there too long, or else the oak flavor will just completely dominate it because there's more surface area of oak.
So you actually purposefully distilled out some stuff that would have a kind of a quicker maturation time.
That's right.
And then let the other things percolate in the background.
And we were still filling the big ones at the same time. But we figured, well, let's give it a taste. It's going to be a small amount.
This is going to be amazing though, because you're going to get to try what they have coming out now. And you're going to, over the next few years, as the other stuff matures, you're going to have some killer stuff. Because like I said, I got a little sneak peek of a few of your experiments, and I thought it was world class with the stuff you let me taste. And I was,
well, we're on the cusp of a few things. I've got a rye whiskey that's 2 years in oak right now, and it's now qualifies to be called Empire Rye, which is a New York classification for kind of bringing back a traditional whiskey style.
Amazing.
And it has to have a certain amount of ingredients from New York. We're doing 100%. But that's going to be coming. We may give it another year. We'll see. I've got 2 different bourbons that are approaching 2 years old, so they'll technically be sellable, but we want to wait a little bit longer on that.
I love bourbon.
Yeah, I've got an oat whiskey.
An oat whiskey.
Oat whiskey, yeah.
I drink oat milk, so I can't wait to try oat whiskey.
The oats really have this really luscious flavor that not many people do it.
A sweet,
round, and a creaminess to it.
Yeah.
It's a really distinct flavor that doesn't. Sometimes a lot of the subtle flavors in the grains disappear in the still, but those flavors hold on with the oats, so it's really exciting.
Amazing. And you started off though by doing all the vodkas, right? The Sagaponack, which I love that. It sounds sort of Russian, but it's Sagaponack vodka, and the bottles are gorgeous, and the graphics are really great on them. That's attracted me right away too, because I came from a big advertising background, design background. So I really like what you were trying to put out there, and then I tried it. It was amazing.
Well, with the labels, we really wanted to get the essence of what we're doing. You know, educating people on like the potato plant is the potato vodka, and the wheat horns are on there for the wheat vodka.
Yeah.
You know, most people don't know where the stuff comes from, what the plant's like. So we want to have people appreciate it.
Right.
And it's the simplicity of that ingredient which is making this, you know, so delicious and complex, but so.
And you have two varieties, right? You have is it a potato one, and then the other one's a wheat, right?
Yes.
And one has more of a really distinct, I would call it more of a hyped up alcohol, kind of what you would be used to, sort of from a sort of a Russian kind of vodka. And the other one to me was more of like a sipping, like you want to just drink it neat almost.
Yes.
Like
So they're both sipping vodkas. You know, I purposely left a little bit of nuance in them because, you know, why take all the flavor out?
Yeah.
You know, it meets the classifications of, you know, distilling it to the high level it needs to be technically with vodka. Right. But, you know, all these great ingredients here, I want to make sure that it's memorable. You can sip it on its own, you don't have to mix it. Yeah. But you can. The wheat vodka is more along the traditional, I would say, Russian style, because there's a lot of wheat vodkas coming from there. And you know, that one's a base for several other things we're doing. I've got a gin that we're a barrel-aged gin and a regular gin.
Amazing.
From the wheat base.
Are you making those again as more of like a sipping variety, like really, like where you want to drink and eat, or is it still like something that you might want to use for cocktails and things like that?
I think well, for me, my motto that I live by is if I can't drink it on its own, I'm not done making it. You know, I need to have it be holding up to where you can appreciate it by itself.
That's great. Great.
But I also want to have it to be mixable as well. So.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
No, I mean, everything you've done so far that I've tried, I've really loved. I thought they were executed amazingly. The space is super impressive, and you guys bootstrapped this all yourself. I heard that with all your own money. And you put this together, and you're in debt to no one, and so you can do what you want. I think this is really an amazing operation you guys have going here. Thanks. I can't wait to see what you guys do in the future.
Well, you know, I've got a cucumber vodka coming. I've got an aquavit coming. That's kind of like a Danish version. That's a potato spirit base. Sure. Got a lot of botanicals in there, and I finished it in a used single spec.
When will some of these be available for people to come in and maybe try at least?
We're looking for early spring. I've got it made. We've got to get the labels done and get all the packaging up. So we're rounding the corner on it.
So no matter whenever you see this video, there's probably always going to be something new coming along here. They're continually, sounds like updating and innovating with what they're trying to do here. So in general, you just got to just come by and see what the next thing is that they're doing, because I think this is great. It's really great. Well, thanks for letting me interview you and talk to everybody about you, get to know a little bit more about what's going on here. So definitely patronize these people. These are local, homegrown farmers that are just doing something amazing here. They've been here for generations, I think 6 generations out here on the East End in Sagaponack. So definitely a place to put on your list when you're out in the Hamptons. All right, thanks a lot. For Hamptons Today, Aaron Warkov with Matt Beamer, Sagaponack Farm Distillery, signing off. Thank you.